election without integrity is the same as not having one at all. On 11 September 2024, I wrote to Her Excellency the Governor to object to the constituency 36 by-election polling station being Allen Temple AME Church. The Reverend Dr. Emily Gail Dill, who is a candidate in the C36 by-election, is an assistant pastor at that church and lives in the adjacent building on the church's property. Surely this is a conflict of interest. It is crucial that all elections in Bermuda be seen to be free, fair, and trusted, free from undue influence and coercion, fair in that every candidate be presented the exact same opportunities to advocate for their candidacy, and trusted in that each voter, candidate, and member of the public can be assured that the election result is accurate. It's clear that the above criteria cannot be achieved where a candidate, any candidate in any election, has such a close connection to the polling place. Though there may not be the intent to influence, the mere appearance that influence could take place will call into question the integrity of this by-election. We therefore requested that the parliamentary registrar change the location of the polling station. On 19 September, the governor notified me that she carefully considered the matter, obtained legal advice, and sought feedback from the by-election candidates. She concluded that she has no explicit power to change the polling place and had been advised that the parliamentary registrar has no power to nominate an election room. However, the governor did state that it is incumbent on those that hold and who aspire to hold high office, high public office, to do everything in their power to adhere not just to the letter of the legislation, but also to uphold the principles and values that underpin elections in a parliamentary democracy. Given the relationship between Dr. Emily Dill and the polling station, that she is both resident on property and the associate pastor at the church, we call on her to refuse to allow the Allen Temple AME Church to be used for the constituency 36 by-election. This appeal is grounded on the same principles of the objection and those noted in the governor's letter. Perceived disadvantages to candidates are contrary to the principles and values that underpin elections in a parliamentary democracy. But more importantly, free, fair, and trusted elections belong to every voter. Such an election must be free, not just from demonstrable influence and coercion, but from the mere appearance of it as well. In this way, the results of any given election can be trusted. While Dr. Dill considers this appeal, we will continue to investigate legal alternatives. This issue is added to other matters of concern in the governance and elections of Bermuda. These include political parties gaining access to personal details not given to those parties, government resources used to communicate political messages, canvassing revealing multiple inaccuracies in registered voting addresses, parties advertising near or on the grounds of polling places, last-minute announcements of when Parliament sits, and attempts to remove the throne speech. A number of these issues have been previously raised, as well as raised with the relevant authorities. It's clear that this theme is spread across our system of government, and we must stand up to these attempts to pull down the principles and values of parliamentary democracy. We must not lose sight that elections are important, that to be done accurately and with integrity requires vigilance of all, and that an election without integrity is the same as having none at all. Thank you for your attention. I'll take questions.
Good morning, Mr. Richardson.
Good.
My name is Albert Solomon. I'm from the Royal Gazette.
Good morning.
You mentioned investigating legal alternatives. Is that something that you plan to do before or after the election?
It's ongoing right now. So that process has been started for some time since we raised the issue, and obviously gained seriousness once we realized that we would be unable to resolve the matter through the letter to Government House.
Okay, how confident are you that the Reverend Dill will consider the venue, changing the venue to somewhere else?
Dr. Dillon, so far as I've spoken with her in passing, seems to be a very nice person, very considered person, very thoughtful person. I hope that she takes our appeal seriously.
can you confirm, have you confirmed that Reverend Dr. Dill is living on the premises?
I'm not sure what you mean by confirm, sort of.
I confirmed, I understand the property is there. Is she living on the premises?
Yes, that's our understanding.
That's your understanding. Okay, so how do you respond to those who regard this matter as petty?
You know, it's hard. Our democracies are held together by a number of rules, a number of principles, a number of values, and it's hard to remember that they don't stand together. It's not upheld by itself. It's upheld by a common understanding, a common set of values, and as those values are edged away, as they are washed away little by little, next thing you know, we don't have any at all. So you have to hold the line at the first point that you detect that there's a threat to this, and there's a threat to parliamentary democracy every time. I take the point that it can appear to be a relatively small matter, but a parliamentary democracy is no easy thing. There are a lot of countries that don't have it and would aspire to have it. Ours is worth protecting.
Okay. And you listed off a number of items, such as people being contacted, and how their numbers were acquired, things like that. Are you accusing the current government of bad practice or bad electoral practice?
It's been reported to us by a number of people, including party members and candidates, that they never provided their information to any political party, save ourselves, and therefore they're getting contacted and they don't know where that's coming from or how that's taking place. That's also under investigation with us at the moment. But these are the kinds of things that we're seeing across, again, our system of government that we're going to push back against.
And in this situation, the One Bermuda Alliance is taking issue with the location of the polling station. Will the One Bermuda Alliance pull out of this by-election?
No. This is important. This by-election is important. It's important to not just the voters who are resident in that constituency, but to the voters across Bermuda. Every election is important in Bermuda because it sends people into the House of Assembly to do the people's will. We will not pull out of this election.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.